Welcome to another quiet journey into the forgotten folds of history. Tonight, we wander through mist-covered mountains, silent halls of ancient palaces, and the echoing courtyards of scholars and soldiers from a world long past. This is ancient China, where scrolls outnumber swords, where power bloomed behind veils, and where even a cup of tea could hold unspoken threats. A civilization of discipline and devotion, of beauty and burden. So settle into a comfortable position. Allow the world around you to quiet. Let your breath deepen as we step gently into a realm of ink and incense, of duty and dynasty. Imagine yourself waking just before dawn, the air still thick with the cool dampness of a summer morning. You're in the Han Dynasty over 2,000 years ago. Your home is modest, carefully arranged, with scrolls stacked like fragile bricks along your desk. You've studied nearly your entire life, memorized classics until your tongue went dry, rewritten passages until your calligraphy blurred into your dreams, all to pass the imperial exam, the sole ladder to civil service. And you did pass, barely, but it was enough. You dip your brush in ink and write, again and again, detailing tax collections, documenting rice yields, recording peasant disputes. Now, you spend your days surrounded by endless paperwork. Bamboo slips, bound together by silk cords. There's no room for error. A single stroke miswritten might be seen as disrespectful, or worse, incompetent. More policies from the capital that must be interpreted, rephrased, and relayed to local officials. Supervisors prowl the administrative halls, their gaze is sharp, their temper sharper. If you fail in your duties, if a shipment of grain is miscounted, or if a peasant revolt brews under your nose, it's not just your career at stake. Through the night, sometimes, by the dim flicker of an oil lamp, your fingers stained black with ink, your thoughts often drifting to quieter days that never were. It's your name, your family's name. You're expected to dress modestly, speak softly, work quietly, eat simply, but your mind never rests. There is always more. More forms, more edicts. Public shame is the ultimate punishment. So you keep working. Outside your office, farmers labor in the fields. Inside, you labor in ink, a different kind of toil, less visible, but no less exhausting. And yet, even in this gray haze of bureaucratic repetition, there is a sense of pride. You serve the empire. You serve order, but the price is never yours alone to pay. Let us drift now to the palace. The sounds of quills and scribes fade. In their place, a quieter tension. The hush of silk sliding across polished floors. The muted gossip of court ladies. At the heart of this silence sits a woman, Lü Zhi, but her true ascent began when he passed. For Empress, Lü was no mere widow. She was steel beneath silk. Born into modest nobility, she rose to become the wife of Liu Bang, founder of the Han Dynasty. As regent, she ruled behind a curtain. Officially, her son was emperor. In truth, she held the reins. Her methods were precise, ruthless, some whispered. Rivals found themselves exiled or erased. Poison was a favored tool. Not spoken of course, but rumors drifted, like incense smoke through the palace halls. Once a favorite, she fell victim to Empress Lü's icy calculations. When Lü Zhi passed, her clan's fall was swift and brutal. Her story ends in confinement, her child silenced, her name scrubbed from memory. The concubine of her late husband, Lady Qi, became a tragic figure. Her presence shaped early Han rule as much as any emperor. Yet Lü Zhi was not without brilliance. She stabilized a fragile dynasty. She commanded loyalty, or at least fear. But power leaves a bitter aftertaste. Her descendants were not spared the knives of court intrigue. And so her legacy remains complicated. A ruler without a crown. A woman who seized power in a world that offered her none. History remembers her not with kindness, but with awe. And in the hush of the imperial corridors, her name still lingers, like a shadow that never quite fades. Let's turn now to the earth, to the silence beneath our feet. In the heart of Xi'an, beneath centuries of soil and stone, lies a frozen procession, an army in eternal formation. Not of flesh and blood but clay, the Terracotta Army. Over 8,000 figures. Soldiers, archers, charioteers, even horses. Each carved with distinct features. No two faces the same. Commissioned by Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, this silent legion was built to accompany him into the afterlife. The scale is staggering. Rows upon rows. A subterranean city of war. But why? Why build such a thing? Because Qin feared death. Or perhaps he feared irrelevance. He united warring states through relentless conquest and legalist rule. When farmers stumbled upon it in 1974, they unearthed not just statues, but a mindset. One that fused power with paranoia, grandeur with insecurity. He burned books, buried scholars, and in his final years sought immortality. But even emperors must die. So he prepared the next world as he had this one, with discipline, control, and spectacle. The Terracotta Army was buried for over 2,000 years. These weren't toys or offerings. They were safeguards, guardians, sentinels for an emperor who could not sleep. Imagine walking through that cavernous pit, the air dry, the silence heavy, thousands of clay eyes staring forward, forever waiting. A whisper from the past, of a man who tried to conquer death with artistry and fear. Let us end our journey where elegance meets expectation. You are a scholar. The morning begins in silence. Your courtyard garden is still, save for the distant sweep of a servant's broom. You rise early, as always, wrapped in robes of fine silk, a fabric soft but formal. Your breakfast is modest rice porridge, pickled vegetables, a delicate cup of tea. Everything in balance. Everything deliberate. You spend the day in study. Ancient texts, poetry, philosophical debate. You write carefully, choosing your words with precision, for each phrase reflects your mind and your lineage. Education is not merely for gain. It is duty. Your family name rests on your discipline. Visitors arrive, fellow scholars or a minor official seeking advice. You discuss Confucian ideals, the nature of virtue, the balance of state and soul. In the afternoon, you teach your sons, reciting passages, correcting calligraphy. Their backs straight, their eyes eager or tired. Even leisure is structured. You stroll through your garden, observing the plum blossoms. You compose a verse or two, not to impress, but to maintain harmony between self and world. As dusk settles, incense drifts through your study. The brush makes its final strokes. You bow to your ancestors' tablets. You sleep on a mat, not a bed, to preserve humility. And yet, you do not truly rest. Even in dreams, the pressure lingers. To be born into the elite is not freedom. It is a lifelong audition for virtue. But there is beauty in this constraint. A quiet rhythm, a sense of place. And so you continue. As the moon climbs high and the night deepens, the world of ancient China folds gently into silence once again. Thank you for joining us on this slow, drifting walk through ancient China. From ink-stained hands in government halls to silent empires beneath the soil. From veiled women of power to scholars bound by expectation. It was a world of restraint, of order, of endless, delicate balance. And now, as you lie back, let those echoes fade. Let the weight of dynasties melt into the quiet of your room. And may sleep, like the soft fall of a silk curtain, close gently over your eyes. Wan An Ba, or good night.